Well, as most of you know, because I mentioned it earlier this morning, I got up this morning at 3:30, took a shower, did some computer work at my house, did some recording, did some setup work. I went out to get in the car and got my second shower. Got out of the car and came into the station and got my third shower of the day. And let's bring in Pat Pagano. Man, did it come down this morning, Pat?
And it's not over yet,
Boy,
as they say. It's just not.
I would be willing to bet you we got between an inch and 2 inches of rain this morning.
I would bet that you're right. And too bad we don't have uh, individual spotter reports to confirm that, because we only have the airports, and a lot of times that's not indicative of what falls over the region. Right now, we do have a batch of rain that extends from Kingston up through Albany. That's moving northeastward. There's another batch of showers close to the Poconos that is also moving east. Another band of showers between Syracuse and Utica and down to State College. That is moving eastward. And still a few more showers back in Buffalo. So, unfortunately, there'll be sun at times today. I've indicated that in the forecast, some sun. Showers and a thunderstorm in the low 80s. Everything moves out by the night. Clear, less humid, 55 to 60. Beautiful day tomorrow. Partly sunny, less humid, low 80s. Sunny Friday, low 80s. Sunny and dry Saturday, middle 80s. Partly sunny, more humid Sunday in the middle 80s. Next week, we will get toasty again. Of course, this is the last weekend of August, and next week is the last week of August, and it looks like it's going to go out in style with a mini August heat wave.
A mini August heat wave.
Yes.
My computer just did something very strange here, Pat. My left channel dropped out and became the right channel, and now it just became both channels. And then when you speak, it goes back to the right channel. Unbelievable.
Okay.
I don't understand it.
I think, mate, you want my IT guy to order new computers for you too?
Pat, yesterday, just we added that new signal, right? 97.5 FM. So yesterday, we get a bill for $6,500 in the mail for a tower inspection, and we get a bill for $5,800 for putting the antenna up on the tower. That just came yesterday, $12,000. So if anybody wants to make a donation and help us out, the project was meant to come in around $20-some thousand. Once again, it's going to come in around $33,000. It's, nothing ever comes in on budget, and my computer, I have no idea what's going on with it. I just really don't.
Jeez.
What a morning.
Sorry to hear that. And I'm sure the folks in Hawaii are sorry to hear about Lane. That became a Category 5 overnight. 160-mile-per-hour sustained winds.
That's not good.
It has prompt hurricane warnings for Hawaii's Big Island. Watches are out for Maui, including Honolulu. Now, we don't expect Lane, by the way, the gust in the hurricane are up to 195.
Wow.
We don't expect the hurricane to be at that intensity when it nears the Hawaiian Islands, somewhere between tomorrow and into Saturday. However, it is just going to bring a lot of rain, in excess of a foot of rain, flash flooding, storm surge, strong winds, possibility of severe weather. Water temperatures in and around Hawaii are warm. Usually they're cold, and that causes the storms to weaken tremendously, but this time they're not. So that is a problem, and as a result, people in Hawaii have to obviously prepare for the worst and hope for the better. Meanwhile, on the Atlantic side, nothing going on. Nice and quiet. Doesn't mean you have to let your guard down, folks, because hurricane season goes through November 30th. And just like the year Sandy was quiet, and then, of course, late October, Sandy comes up, and, tons of problems all across the Mid-Atlantic and the Northeast. So we will continue to watch that for you. And I can't believe that next weekend is Labor Day weekend.
I know, it's hard. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, very hard.
We've got the Dutchess County Fair going on now, which runs through Sunday. And then Labor Day weekend, we have the Goshen Fair. We have the Columbia County Fair also coming up. and it's back to school. We got the big vintage weekend coming up at Lime Rock Park. I mean, and then, but I've been noticing it, Pat. I drive in it's pitch black till I get in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
And also in the afternoon when I'm sitting at the house,
It's getting dark
it's
early.
dark early. It's just so depressing. It really is depressing.
It's moving right along, and what could I say? This is it. I mean, I take a deep breath and I just shake my head and say, where does all the time go? I don't know, but it certainly is going. And I could tell you that I did work on my fall forecast, and I did see a fair amount of, let's say, above normal temperatures during the fall season. So that may be of some console to folks who get depressed about the seasons changing. The other thing is that I just don't know what will be with El Nino in the Pacific and cold Atlantic waters right now. Can it switch? Yeah, it can switch around, but the big key factor here again is, do we have an El Nino as we go into the wintertime? A lot of people say to me, it's been such a wet summer. You always say that things have to balance out. Does that mean a dry winter? Well, normally it would be, but we have fall. You can't skip fall. You have to see what happens in the fall. If fall continues wet, like the summertime, there's a good chance that winter is going to be drier. But if it doesn't, and the fall becomes drier, there's a chance that the winter could revert back to wet. So, I haven't worked on the winter forecast yet, but from what I could see in the fall, again, figure about a month behind, folks. That's my thinking. Like right now, instead of it being August 22nd, it's July 22nd. And if you look at the weather that way, it doesn't seem as out of line. Yeah. And, lately we've been having warm falls, and you see what's happening. Winter comes in late and stays late. It's April and May, and we're still walking around with coats. So I don't know if that's going to be the same case, this coming year, but we shall see about that. Other than that, I have to tell you that I did post a little statement about my fiasco with Dell and the computers yesterday for the day before. I can't believe how many people responded to that.
What did they
say? You're absolutely right. All I like to do is grab the money. Yeah, I had that experience. Blah, 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 blah. Everybody agreed. Yeah. Everybody agreed.
Well, you may have had your problems with that, but yesterday, once again, I got another call from the Internal Revenue Service with of course, a foreign accent.
Oh.
Telling me that.
Scam.
Telling me that I owed them a certain amount of money and stuff like that.
Yeah, scam.
So what's great is this is the second time in a row that I hung up and I called back the number, and they said, "Oh, Marshall Miles, you had it." So I just kept screaming into the phone obscenities, and finally the guy hung up.
Yeah, they just don't give up. You're absolutely right. And by the way, Mr. Miles,
yes,
I didn't see a new intro and outro or intro cross my desk.
No, not yet. No.
Oh, okay. Just wanted to make sure.
I mean, I think you can probably just say the forecast for the tri-state, the Robin Hood Radio forecast for the tri-state region. I think will work out just fine.
Why did I just say the Robin Hood Radio for the nation?
Why don't you just say the Robin Hood Radio forecast? There you go. That's it. That's it. That's the new intro. The Robin Hood Radio forecast, because we got so many stations now, it's longer than the weather forecast. So just the Robin Hood Radio forecast. And for Robin Hood Radio, I'm Pat Pagano. There you go.
Okay, there you go. You heard it first, folks.
That's it. We made the decision right now on the air.
Okay.
We didn't hustle bustle around. We just made that decision. Okay,
and I will make sure that all of our staff knows about that, because doesn't matter, even if they don't. They will sooner or later, right?
That's exactly right. Sooner or later.
Right.
All right, Pat, I want you to have a good day. We'll speak to you tomorrow.
Do the same. Bye, Marshall.
Take care. Pat Pagano this morning in the Weather Center with a check on the tri-state forecast here at Robin Hood Radio.